Hi everyone, my name is Ravneet. I hope you're doing well. Today's video is something that's been on my mind and I have shared here and there, but it's just something I have been personally going through, and I wanted to share that with all of you in the hope that it might help someone who's going through a similar situation. And also a little bit, it's not exactly a rant, but also about educating other people, right? That there are different people out there who are going through different things that we might not be aware of. So here you go. I have written down some notes, so I wanted to speak from a space of truth rather than pain. So I wrote down some notes. So if I'm looking down there, that's what I'm doing, okay? So this is the pain that I'm talking about, which kind of sits heavy in our chest when no one's watching. The kind that wears you down quietly while the world claps for your strength. I came to the US with 2 suitcases and a lifetime of expectation. My father, my parents believed in me. Even when my father's own sibling said, "Why spend money on a daughter?" He borrowed, he begged, not because we had a lot, but because he had hope in me. And when I got here, I didn't even know how to cook. I lived on cereal for months, cried quietly, learned silently, became strong out of necessity. We don't talk about what that cost. Emotionally, spiritually, to grow up overnight. As an international student, you pay triple the tuition. You work part-time jobs, you study full-time, you worry full-time. You're always one GPA point, one visa document, one employer decision away from your life falling apart. No family nearby, no childhood friends, no backup, only survival. Now I am on an H-1B visa, which is a work visa, skilled worker visa. Almost 10 years of experience, still no green card, still no real freedom. I pay more taxes than the citizens, but have none of the rights. I have been job hunting for over an year, but every application says only citizens are green card holders. So what am I? A skilled labor, expendable, invisible? And here's something most people don't know. For Indian nationals like me, it can take 20 years minimum just to get a green card. That's not an exaggeration, that's reality. And every few years I have to fly back to India just to get my visa stamped at the US Embassy. Not to extend my visa, but to get a physical stamp so I can travel internationally and be able to return to the life I have built here in the States. Even though my visa is valid, my job is active, my life is here, I still have to leave the country and hope I get permission to come back. That process, it can take weeks, months, and during that time, your entire future sits on hold. What kind of life is that? And here's what all this pressure has done to me. I don't remember my childhood because I never had one. All I remember is studying, competing, performing, trying to be good enough to get somewhere in life. People say, I love being alive, I'm discovering myself, I'm enjoying life. Me? I don't even know what that means. I've lived in constant survival mode. There was no time to play. No room to create, only pressure, only expectations. We have gotten good at running from our pain, from our healing, from ourselves. And we pretend that's success. But it's not peace, it's not joy, it's not a good life. And we say, make your country great again. But is this what greatness looks like? pushing people to their limits because you don't understand their struggle, because you're just bored or privileged enough not to notice? Is greatness built on fear and paperwork, on silence and burnout? If everyone's barely surviving, who is this dream really for? And sometimes the pain doesn't come from the system. It comes from my own people. I have had Indian colleagues, managers who made my life hell. Power trips, gatekeeping, emotional manipulation. I've had colleagues who smiled to my face but gossiped, sabotaged, and competed like crabs in a bucket. I have had so-called friends who couldn't be happy for me, only interested in comparison, only loyal when I was beneath them. And worst of all, I felt the weight of family who used shame, guilt, and silence instead of love, support, and understanding. People who should have helped me taught me to rest, instead taught me to survive at all costs. We carry the trauma of generations and then we dump it on each other. In boardrooms, bedrooms, WhatsApp groups, workplaces, social media. We gossip, we pull down. We fear someone else's light will dim our own. We treat success like a blood sport and empathy like weakness. We became what we were trying to escape. Meanwhile, so many of us are working in liquor stores, gas stations, subways, 7-Elevens just to survive. We make your food, clean your buildings, write your code, raise your GDP. And still we are treated like we don't belong. This isn't the American dream. This is American exhaustion. Sometimes I think about going back to India. Not because I failed, but because I want to feel free again. I want to live, to breathe, to create from joy, not desperation. To wake up without fear. Because what's the point of success if you're never at peace? What will the gods do for you if you don't care for your fellow humans? Yes. I'm not bitter, I'm just exhausted. But I'm still hopeful. To everyone who left their homes, their country, their safety, just to survive. You're not weak. You're not alone. You're not invisible. Let's stop pretending. Let's start speaking. Let's stop surviving. Let's start living. So, if this moved something in you, share it. Let someone know they're not alone and that we see you. Because this story is not just mine, it's ours. It's ours. And I hope to see you again. Until next time. Goodbye.